Hi, Steve and Mark.
I'm Troy,
I'm Gilbert.
and we're from Franklin, Indiana. Talk to you later.
Bye, guys.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
I'm Steve.
I'm Mark.
And this is SmokeySteveAndMarc.
Yes, it is.
Welcome or welcome back.
Yes, hello.
Happy Wednesday.
Happy Weigh-In Wednesday.
Weigh-In Wednesday.
Dun,
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 dun.
No,
Oh, my goodness.
it wasn't too bad.
No, a little depressing, but not bad,
No, in light of what it could have been worse.
It could have been worse.
It could have been
We'll
worse.
just leave
It
it
could have
there.
been
It could have
worse.
been worse. How is everybody doing? Are you okay? It's hump day.
You washing your hands. You staying inside if you're supposed to.
I think everybody is.
I think so. 1/3 of us, I think, in the U.S. are on lockdown.
Yeah, that's what...
We're not officially on lockdown.
We're not.
There's like
We're still not.
There's 6 counties in Pennsylvania that are on lockdown. But I went downtown to do some banking today. Could only use the ATM. Have to make an appointment to see a teller
Oh, wow,
or a
really?
loan officer. And the only people out were like the street folks, the homeless folks, because you can't quarantine at home if you don't have a
You
home.
don't have a home.
And shelters, are crowded.
Yeah.
There's more than 10 people in one space. So I'm not sure. Some of them reconcile that differently.
We have, I don't know, the sign says Mission over around the corner here.
Yeah.
And on my way home, there was a huge line out of there. What is that place? Is it a homeless shelter?
No, it's a day drop-in type place. But
Oh,
they've
I
hooked
see.
up with another organization out of the adjacent county to hand out food.
Oh, so they were getting food.
Yeah, because the soup kitchen down the street used to do breakfast or lunch 5 days a week and then dinner 3 nights a week. But now they're just doing a bagged lunch every day. 7 days a week with no soup.
Oh, no soup. They
no
actually
soup
said
from the
no soup?
Yeah, no soup, no beverages. Not even a bottle of water.
Really? No beverages either?
No
wow.
beverages.
Boy, we're in scary times.
Yeah. But yeah, our recovery center shut down. So it was different being downtown. It was very quiet.
Yeah.
Nobody was out. A few people getting drop-off takeaway lunches and stuff like that. But
I think of things like that. I think of like what can I do to help, and I just it's hard to think, like of what I can do to help, like take food to someone who, so we've just been kind of checking on the neighbors, making sure we have an elderly neighbor next door. She's fine, I don't know. But I thought that if anybody, I was at the store a couple days ago and there was no soap. That, I knew about the toilet paper and everything, but I was surprised that there was no soap. So if you guys are having that problem too, since we did that Sol-U soap video and the folks over there sent me a ton of these, powdered hand soaps. Listen, if anybody needs them, just shoot me an email with your address. I'll have to mail it to you. And while supplies last, because I think I have 50 of them.
yeah.
I'll be more than happy to mail you some soap in the mail. It's a, you mix it with a cup of water and put it in a little foaming dispenser, and you'll have some soap. So I thought, that's a tiny little way to pay it forward a little bit or help out a little bit. If you want any, listen, shoot us an email. I'll send it to you. Okay, just as long as until it runs out.
Yeah, but I'm looking at quite a bit here.
Yeah,
so.
they sent 50 and I bought like a pack of 10 or something. So I mean, I have a lot. So don't be shy if you want one. Not a problem at all. Especially if you can't find soap anywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know. So anyway, it is Weigh-In Wednesday.
It is.
It is, and we must first say thank you so much to our viewer challenge video that was sent in today. That how we have a weekly challenge on Wednesdays. We're just going to keep it the same. We're going to keep it as a viewer video challenge. Send us in your little clip just saying howdy to everybody, and we'll share it at the beginning of our video. Maybe fight a little bit of that, social distancing, isolation feeling.
Yeah.
I don't know. So, should we get on to it?
I guess we'll go on.
All right.
So as to the food and the weight and all that, well, I gained weight. Not an enormous amount of weight.
No, you didn't.
Last week I was 191.2 and I was 192
even
today.
Yeah.
I've been doing almost nothing as far as going outside. Today, I did walk quite a bit actually.
A couple days this week you've done
Saturday,
long
Sunday,
walks.
and then again today. So mostly for fresh air, just from being cramped up in the house, you know. So I'd get out and throw my headphones on, maybe for an hour or so. So I did get some exercise done. Everything all right? Excuse me. What was that?
Oh, there's a fly.
A fly?
A fly.
Did you have to kill it?
No, well, I don't think I did. I think you flew away.
There's no
nothing
squashed
on my
bug on your hand.
No.
At any rate, so back to what I was talking about. My eating at night there's been a bit of comfort eating going on, probably, I would say half the nights of the week. Because it's like, oh, it's been a long day and I worked, reward myself with food.
Yeah.
But I've more or less maintained with a slight gain, which
Yeah.
surprises me a little bit. And I'm very well hydrated because I've kept up with my Lenten hydration
yes,
challenge.
you have.
I'm
Yes,
not
you
peeing like
have.
crazy anymore. Which
Yeah,
is
you
good.
kind of adjusted to that. Yeah.
But I do notice that I swell. Oddly enough, I'll take my socks off and I have these big tight rings around my my calves. This isn't water weight. This isn't water weight. I ate more. But I'm just saying I've noticed it's something I do that I didn't notice I did when I was younger. So that's different.
Oh,
But
yeah,
I'm
getting older is a lot of fun.
I know, every hair that falls off my head, I find on my neck. Like, I don't, it's just all of a sudden it lands there instead. But, I mean, I can live with the results. They're not bad. My entire routine was uprooted and changed within a week, like so many other people's.
Yeah.
And all things considered, you know, this isn't the most devastating news anybody is getting today, is that Steve gained 0.8 of a pound.
Yeah.
Certainly not to me. That doesn't mean I'm excusing any and all behaviors and sweeping them under the rug just
No,
because.
Not either, I know.
But I'm trying to keep it in context. So it's a reminder that if you want to lose weight, you have to eat less and move more. And
that's what it comes down to.
And that's what it comes down. And there's 1,000 ways to do that, but
Yeah.
I didn't do that this week. So. How about you?
Same. Pretty much the same. Last week,
Ditto.
Last week I was 207.2, and this week I'm 207.4.
Yeah.
So I maintained, again, and it's a little depressing. But if you remember, I noted that last week that I was gaining and not losing, and so I changed perspective of things, and I kept a food journal for one whole week. And I would recommend, if you're struggling, or even if you're not struggling, this was a great resource for me.
Mm-hmm.
And the way I did it was, we have a big dry erase board in the kitchen, and every day when I prepared my meal and everything that I ate, I wrote it on the dry erase board. And then Stephen helped me. We figured out like the calories, like how much calories were in everything, and then the total amount of calories. And we did everything. I even measured the amount of chips that I eat, my baked chips that I like, and the tortilla chips and all that. I weighed it, then ate, and then
weighed the bag
it
again.
and then, so I got an accurate. And what that did for me was, it was very interesting. I was able to put everything together in a week and see, what it is that I need to change about my diet. And a few things had stuck out to me. One of the days, and all of the days was more calories than I had thought they were, because I had never really, wrote them down, and, I would round them off and everything, and that it did not work. It didn't work. There was one day on Monday, actually, 3,100 calories, and I was aiming for 2,000 to 2,500, like 2,500, my cap. And that wasn't the case. There were several days this week that I was way over that. So that brought that to light. The majority of my food is processed. That's not good.
I can't think of anything you eat that isn't.
I know. Obviously, I need to add more fresh fruit, fresh vegetables, and the majority of my calories come from dessert. Now, I know that sounds like, duh, of course it does, but I really thought that I was kind of containing it. I thought I allowed myself 500 calories for dessert, and I was right around there. I wasn't like that at all.
No, it was closer to 1,000.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And that's where, so now that I have all this information, when you have some, information or education on something, you can see
Now you know
what
what you're
need to
working
tweak
with.
and what I'm working with and everything. So moving forward, the changes that I made obviously are calorie restriction. That sounds so formal, doesn't it?
Eat less.
Restriction. No, I'm going to go back to, really go back to 2,000 to 2,500 calories, period.
Mhm.
Because if I'm doing an average of 3,000 calories a day,
Mhm.
if I reduce that down, I'm going to lose weight. I mean, that's just how it works out, you know. So, and that is, the majority of it is with dessert. So, I already started last night because a week was the night before last,
Mhm.
the way it fell. And so I started cutting my desserts in half. And you know what? I was still satisfied after I ate it.
Mhm.
Like I was,
Yeah.
you know. But a big part of my problem is that I think, oh, that's not going to be enough. That's not going to be enough. Put more on there just in case I want more. I don't do that. That's gone. I'm not doing that anymore. I am having a 2,000 calorie meal, and
Mhm.
that's what it's going to be, you know.
Mhm.
And since I've done that, now I know what calories are in certain things. I know this now, and I can do that. So I was doing something that didn't work, so I'm trying something different now. I got the information on why it wasn't working, you know.
Mhm.
I'm kind of limited for exercise, but that was another thing that I need to do is up my physical activity.
Mhm.
You know, when I was a chef, I was running around a lot.
Yeah, 10 hours a day.
Yeah.
You'd be on your feet running.
I don't do that anymore. So, you know, and I'm a little bit limited with the RA. I found that if I exercise a lot one day, I'm like down for like 2 days afterwards.
Mhm.
So I believe that that's counterproductive. So I'm just trying to find a routine that I can live with, and that's more cardio stuff.
Yeah.
Like you do, like walking, things like that.
Mhm.
So anyway, that's my plan, and I got that plan from keeping a food journal. And it was really simple. I just wrote down what I ate every day, and then figured out how many calories it was, you know.
Mhm.
As far as the processed food goes, it's noted, and that will be a process to change,
To unprocess.
to unprocess that. You know, start with maybe 2 days a week home cooked meals, period. You know, up it to 3 days. I'm not saying never eat a lean cuisine ever again. I mean,
No.
you know, but you know, processed foods are packed full of sodium too.
Yeah. I try to cook at home more, and it's
Yeah, you do.
sometimes I'll try to make enough for 2, but also it's like if you don't want what I'm cooking,
Right.
and you're not going to eat it,
Yeah.
you're just going to have on hand what you're going to have anyway.
And I've been
So-
I've been blessed, and I've been, you know, babied. I don't cook at home, and I should.
Mhm.
You know, I mean, when I was at the restaurant, I had food all the time if I wanted it, and so I've gotten lazy by eating like lean cuisines and stuff. You know, so
Yeah.
I am
Yeah,
fully capable of cooking.
The old excuse that I used to use for you, and you maybe did, was that you cooked all day and you didn't feel like cooking when you got home.
I didn't. Yeah.
Because who the hell would want
Yeah.
to after slinging, you know,
Oh, yeah.
marinara sauce
yeah.
for 10 hours?
Yeah.
But now,
But now
that's not the
there's no
case.
excuse.
No, there's not.
So I'm gonna bake bread this weekend for sure.
Yeah.
I know that's not a meal, but anyway.
Might as well. I mean, I like fresh bread.
Yeah.
I'll eat it.
So anyway, that was you know, my little advice or enlightenment
Mhm.
for myself anyway.
Yeah. I like a good food journal. I've had like
Yeah.
half a dozen nutritionists, and they usually always, even the bad ones, turn out to be bad. Start with the food journal just so
Yeah.
you know the lay of the land and what you're
Yeah, I
doing.
never did that before. It's fascinating to see all that. I'm like, I ate that and that and that. Yeah, and it's interesting. Very
Yeah.
interesting. And it does give you the information to make, you know, the cuts or the changes that you want to make. So, but anyway, I have my clipboard here because we have gotten some requests,
Mhm.
like across the board, to talk about what we do as
Intermittent
far as,
fasting.
yes, intermittent fasting. So I thought we touched upon it, I don't know, a couple months ago, but what I did was I wrote down the questions that people had asked
Mhm.
and we're just going to give a brief summary of what, you know, IF is and answer the questions that were asked. And I think that'll be a nice summary of what it is and how you can implement that into your lifestyle if you want to. I think we should, because wasn't just one person that asked.
Yeah,
I
it was a
mean,
few.
we've had a few people that asked,
Mhm.
and you're going to be quoted in a magazine or something.
I
aren't you?
am.
About intermittent fasting.
I am.
That's
Someone reached
exciting.
out to us who was doing an article, and they had seen a video and
Yeah.
asked for our input.
Yeah.
So
So the timing of this is good too, because
Yeah.
a lot of people think it's like a diet. A lot of people don't really understand what it is. So I mean, so I'll be referring back to my notes because what I did was I did some research on the answers so I could answer you properly. And I got those answers from healthline.com, WebMD, and the other one was factyhealth.com too. So, and they all had pretty much the same answers, so I was pleased with it. But, I mean, basically, intermittent fasting is just, you know, an eating pattern of, well, fasting and eating, you know, I mean, that's basically what it comes down to, you know. It's become very, very popular now, both, you know, in fitness and in health worlds. It's becoming pretty trendy and pretty popular. There's been some studies done, not a whole lot of studies, but there are a lot of studies being done about it, and the facts are coming out now. So it can help you obviously lose weight. It can help you with your health. It can even help you live longer too. They did a study about that. I'll talk about that in one second. So very quickly, so we don't bore you, all right, I'm just going to go through the questions real quick. So question number 1 is, what are the different types of intermittent fasting? You want to answer it?
Sure. Well, the most common ones.
If you want to refer, I know you know it, but
well, the one that we do, which is one of the more common ones, there's OMAD, 1 meal a day, which is like 24-hour fasting, pretty much. The 5-2, so 5 days you eat normally, and then 2 days you have a very restricted calorie limit.
like no more than 500 calories.
500 is the cap. And then time, what is it called? Time, not restricted. Time restricted. You pick a certain period of time, a window during the day in which you will eat.
Fasting.
So 16-8 is what
Is
the
the
more
most popular, yeah.
That was the one I did when I was on most of my weight loss journey, and I kind of graduated into 1 meal a day.
So 16-8 is 16 hours of fasting,
and you eat in an 8-hour window.
Yeah, all your caloric intake in 8 hours.
Yeah, and again, it's just a way of eating, a style of eating.
Yeah.
It's not a diet. You can, whatever you choose to eat during your eating window is entirely on you. How much and of what quality.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. How long does it take to get used to intermittent fasting? It really depends on the person for this. There are no real side effects from intermittent fasting except for hunger, you know. But generally, a study was done by a researcher, and it said that an average rule of thumb, about 5 days for your body to completely adjust to it. And like those hunger pangs, they'll go away. Some people say they feel a little bit like fatigued. I did at the beginning, I don't now. So about 5 days. And the only side effect that has been recorded so far is hunger. So, how does intermittent fasting slow down aging? Now, this was a rumor that now has been backed up by about 5 studies. So I'm just going to read this one to you because it's fascinating, okay? It says here, researchers note that intermittent fasting can help people combat obesity, diabetes, and cardiovascular disease, illnesses that are risk factors for age-related diseases such as Alzheimer's disease as well. Now, periodic food restriction, intermittent fasting, lowers brain inflammation and protects nerve cells. Now, according to animal and now human studies, it also activates a cellular process by which the body breaks down and recycles worn-out cell components. Intermittent fasting promotes the secretion of human growth hormone, which helps preserve lean muscle mass and boost fat burning.
Well, there you go.
So the end result is it actually combats aging.
Oh, well, no wonder.
I just wanted to read that to you because I wanted to get it right, you know. All right, so do I have to stop eating out with friends to stick with intermittent fasting? I'm glad that question was asked because I struggle with that too. If someone invites you out to eat at 5 o'clock and you're on, you know, OMAD, 1 meal a day, and it's not 5 o'clock, you know, what do you do? Intermittent fasting lifestyle is very, very flexible and it's versatile and it depends on your schedule and your lifestyle. So if you can set that up whatever way you want to. If you eat at 5 o'clock that day and you're sticking to your lifestyle, then you would either not eat again until 5 o'clock the next day, or if you're doing the time restrictive, however many hours you set up. So it's very flexible, and you absolutely can eat out with your friends at any time of the day. You just have to adjust your schedule accordingly. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. What can I eat or drink during the fasting times? That's a good question, too. During the fasting times, intermittent fasting is not a diet. It's not a diet. It's a lifestyle. So it's a matter of when you eat or not eat. It's not like a diet. Like, I'm not going to eat red meat or this or that, So, what we recommend doing during the fasting time is you can drink anything you want that doesn't have calories in it. They actually suggest, like, black coffee is a good one because it can boost your energy a little bit, and it has no calories in it. Obviously, water or tea, things like that. But if you add a little cream to your coffee, that's okay, Like, I have, like, a candy maybe at, like, 4 o'clock. If I feel my stomach rumbling a little bit or whatever, that's okay. That's okay. And then it says, what do I eat when I'm not fasting? And that's kind of, obvious. You can eat and drink whatever you desire during your eating time frame. We take in all of our calories in our one meal a day, right then and there.
Yeah.
But we don't eat anything during the time that we're fasting. So again, check your nutrition. You want to make sure that you're getting all of your nutrition and your vitamins and everything, your fiber, everything in that one meal if you're doing the one meal.
Yeah, it's challenging to try to put a meal together that has fiber, protein, some carbs, enough fat that you feel full, and then all of that together with high quality food.
But you get used to it.
You do.
You absolutely, very quickly you get used to it. So, last question. I hear sometimes you can get brain fog or fatigue while fasting. How do you deal with that? The number one thing to deal with that, if you experience that, is to stay hydrated, period. I think they said that here, too. Stay hydrated and drinking plenty of water every day, fasting or not. You should be doing that anyway. Calorie-free black coffee can boost energy and concentration. Mindfulness techniques such as meditation may also help with that. However, as you get used to your intermittent fasting lifestyle, that will dissipate. Some people actually experience greater energy and clarity with intermittent fasting. And I have found that out. I have found that it has helped me a lot. It has, So I hope that we answered your questions and explained a little bit about what intermittent fasting is.
Yeah.
Do you think we did? Do you have anything to add? Or
I don't think so. Like, I remember, like, the part where it says, it's flexible and you can change it. Like, the holidays had just passed a few months ago, and it was, a work lunch. I had, like, 3 of them somehow to go to. And it's at noon. And I usually eat at night. Well, I wasn't going to sit there like a dope with a glass of ice water and invite everyone to discuss why I'm doing that. So no, I sat down and I had some whatever they were eating, and that was fine. And then I ate that night and then continued back on with it. Because there's no police you have to answer to with any of these things.
Right.
It's not like keto. I mean, people get very afraid to break the rules of their lifestyle as though someone is watching and they have to answer to them.
And
This is
your bad person.
Yeah, this is our choice of eating style. It's your choice of eating plan. It's whatever all of us do. We're accountable to ourselves. In the end, it does.
Well, and the only last note I have to say is that the only, warnings or whatever about this is that, intermittent fasting is not really good for very underweight people, people that may have eating disorders. If you're pregnant or if you have any other health conditions, you may want to check with your doctor first. So that's the only warnings about intermittent fasting. But I would recommend trying it if you want to try it. You can tailor it to your lifestyle. If you have any questions for us, just shoot us an email. We'll put it in the comments below. We'll answer it. And I'll definitely put a post on Facebook about this. I will link you to where I had received my information from WebMD and Healthline, okay? So I'll put that on Facebook for anybody who is interested. So anyway, I hope we covered everything with intermittent fasting because I think these videos are boring. I do. I don't like sitting here and reading stuff and like, you know, but
that covers all the academics.
But I just
of
wanted to
it.
make sure. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
academics are academics. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
that
you
covers
have to
the
do it that way.
groundwork. Well, when you're not a professional and
Right.
you want to present information to people,
Yes.
you got to get it from somewhere
Yeah,
professional.
yeah.
Because otherwise, you know, don't listen to some guy on YouTube.
I know,
don't- you
like
know,
us, right?
I can tell you
know?
about my experience with it, but if I try to give you
Yeah.
any like professional advice about it, turn
Yeah.
it off. Turn it off.
Mhm. Yeah, I've actually found that I like this lifestyle. I like the
I do
OMAD.
too. It
I
works
like-
for me. It's
It works good. It actually simplified my lifestyle, believe it or not.
Me too, because I have a history with eating disorders, so I was
Yeah.
towing the line trying to do this. But I think much less about food, actually, because I
Mhm.
only have one meal to put together.
Yeah, me
So,
too. I agree, totally.
So,
So,
cheers to OMAD.
cheers to OMAD.
Shall we end on a high note?
Yes, let's end on a high note, okay?
All right. Well, thank you all for watching.
Yes.
Please do subscribe. Hit the like button. Hit the bell to get the alerts. You can follow Mark and I on Facebook at SmokeySteveAndMarc or
Yes.
on Instagram at SmokeySteveAndMarc. Our email address and our contact info is all listed below. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will.
Take care, everybody.
Nice to see you, everybody. I hope you're staying safe. I hope you're staying well. But most importantly, I hope you're staying positive. Ciao, everybody. Bye.
Bye-bye.